At last evening's Ash Wednesday Eucharist, we have a young parish member here who loves to receive blessings. I think I've talked about her in a previous Pause and Pray. But whenever she comes forward for Holy Communion, she gets a blessing. And she gives me a high five whenever I raise my hand. And that got to happen twice yesterday. First when she came up for ashes with her parents. And I watched her watch her mom and dad get ashes. And I recognize this can be a strange practice, especially for a little child. And I never want to do anything that makes a child uncomfortable. So I knelt down and I asked her, would you like to receive ashes on your forehead too? And she said, no, thank you. And then I said, well, would you like a blessing instead? And she went, yeah. And of course, I raised my hand, I gave her a blessing, and I got a high five. And then when it came time for communion, she came up and she wanted another blessing, and I offered her another blessing, and I got another high five. And then at the end of the liturgy, I heard her talking to her dad about wanting yet another blessing from me. And then we joked about how you can never have too many blessings. But as I turned the lights off and locked the doors, I left grateful for the witness of this child and her courage to live a life that was just so joyfully open to receiving as many blessings as possible. There is a seriousness and a somberness to this holy season of Lent that we're stepping into, and we're wise to honor that. Lent is, after all, a preparation in part for the depth that God's love was willing to go on that Good Friday. But Lent isn't just a somber season, it's also a joyful season. It's paradoxical in that way because it's also a preparation for the joy of Easter. And Lent offers us some really wonderful tools to prepare: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Tools that are meant to open our lives up to receive the wonderful blessings of our generous and compassionate God. The blessings that long to find us at the empty tomb, but also the blessings that want to find us in our Lents when we're lost in a wilderness or even facing a cross in our lives. And within all that is a holy invitation to pause and pray today, to reflect as we're stepping into this holy season of Lent about the intentionality we would like to bring to it. Maybe how we might feel called to use those tools of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. What we might be giving up, or maybe what we might be taking on. But always to be mindful that those tools, again, are only meant to keep opening our lives up to the generous blessings of our compassionate God. And if we can keep opening them up, then we will be living like that young child lives here at St. Luke's, with lives that are joyfully left wide open to all the many blessings our generous and compassionate God longs to give us in each and every season of our lives. Lenten peace and blessings to you all.